What didn't work that you tried before? Let's start with what not to do.
Yeah. So I could write a book on it. First, we tried the BPO, RPO model, which if you run an agency today, you probably get an email a day from one. They had this promise: send us the leads you want, send us the candidates you want, and we'll come back with this at a very low cost. And which sounded amazing, but we found very quickly is that they just didn't understand our business and they didn't understand what a great lead looked like. And we tried to work with them and say, no, this is what we're looking for. But there's also a gap because they're doing the management, which initially was great. Hey, we'll bring the employees, we'll manage them. But if the employees weren't understanding, they weren't our employees. And so we really struggled to get the quality right. So after we tried 2 BPOs, we said, okay, let's hire somebody directly. But of course, as a small business, you're so worried about losing money. And so we said, well, okay, let's hire a freelancer. Because if this doesn't work, we can get rid of them really quickly. We can scale their hours up and down. And it was such a scarcity mindset. And of course, our first couple of freelancers were unreliable, which at the time we were like, well, okay, this just doesn't work. In hindsight, it's interesting having conversations with a lot of people, especially in the Philippines now, who do freelancing. And they're like, look, I don't know if I'm going to have a job tomorrow. I don't know if how many hours I'm going to have the next day. So I have to get 3 jobs and I can't really invest myself in any one job because it's probably going to go away. And so I didn't realize that was the world I was in. But of course, the first couple of freelancers didn't work out. Eventually, we found somebody who really happened to be on Upwork, but viewed it as a full-time job. These days, I never go to Upwork to hire, but we got lucky after probably like 3 hires on there and found somebody who was like, I want to have one job for life. I think he's still with the company now, probably 6 years later.